M0FXB, let's unbox the Elecrow ThinkNode M2. We've done the M1, which we really like. Now let's take this out of the box. Comes in this nice covering and clear case with instruction manual. Just pop that open. We've downloaded the Meshtastic app in the background, but this does come preloaded. There's your USB cable, short instruction manual just here, like so. And I noticed just here that the antenna has a connector there. They're showing the inside because it looks like an all-in-one unit, but I feel that you probably could connect an external antenna if you really wanted to. And then instructions there on the front and the back. Okay, so the instructions look fine, and use the Meshtastic Flasher online to easily load the firmware. So my first impressions are good. It looks light and simple antenna there. It looks like power on button, selection button on the side, LEDs as well, USB charging with a built-in battery reset button there as well. And doesn't look too hard to open this device up if you need to. Let's just press the button and fire this up, press and hold. And with all these devices, you do need to pair it to your app. You can use Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, but the first time I always just use Bluetooth. So I'm going to hit scan on my app here. So let's hit the scan. You can see we've got two other nodes that we've been tinkering with there. Hit the scans and it should find it. Then there'll be a pairing number that we need to enter. Now it's found 8EFC. Hopefully that is what this is. So we're going to select it like so. There's the number 421102. Pair connect. I'm going to put that in 421102 and then tick it. Click OK. Hopefully that should pair us up, and now we can select our region. So this setup process is the same, it's the same for all, I would say, Meshtastic devices. There is different firmware I've noticed as well. So let's just go in there. We're going to tap it here where it says set your region. I'm Europe 868. Click that and it's talking to the node. And the whole point of these nodes is that you don't need internet, you don't need Wi-Fi. They communicate with each other. Here, set region. And let's find my region. They communicate with each other via Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and all the rest of it. Just going to find my region. But they don't need the internet, although you have the thing called the MQTT, which is internet. There it is there, European 868. Save, reboot. So once it's connected, we'll just see if the Bluetooth turns on. Not the Bluetooth, the GPS actually. Let it talk. I feel like it is talking. Close. Let's go into settings, user. I notice here it's gone red. Okay, so hit this, and when it does that, you need to reconnect. So we're going to reconnect, and then it connects, and you know when it is because it says disconnect. Now let's go into settings again, user. That's better. I find that they can be a bit glitchy, these kind of devices. That you have to go back and forth a few times. But look, hardware model, ThinkNode. I will turn on that I'm a licensed ham. It just means you can't send encrypted messages. Okay, it says license mode activated there, and then it reboots. Click OK. Always look down here to see the green. You just want to make sure that you are connected. See the way it's gone red there. And if it doesn't auto connect, we know it's the bottom one. Give it a sec to connect. At this point, you could actually, you can plug it into your PC, update the firmware. You could go to network. You could add your IP and do it that way, which the range will be better. Let's go into settings. Oh, I just want to go position. And fix position. So you can put your own fixed position, but I want to use GPS. So I'm guessing that it's doing that already, yeah. Because you can do fix where you type in your location. let's do these bottom tabs here. That's the channel, so we go high. I'm just going to go high here. I don't know if my other one will receive this message, but we're just going to send it. Yeah, look, new message, and it says it's from, and that's what these are all about. Let's just move this over, like so. And you go along here to read your messages. You move along by pressing the button and press and hold to read your messages. You can actually see there it says hi. Okay, so that one's working fine. That LED light is bright, isn't it? Let's just go back. Hit this tab here. That's our device. Tap here. We can see we've got which hardware we've got. The name, I'm pretty sure you can change that, short name, and the node number, etc. Go back. Different map locations. If we tap there, we can see where we are. Hopefully. Maybe. Oh no, that's actually a really good location. I recognize that straight away. And then we'll go settings, and then look at all these settings: network, display, Bluetooth. There's the old MQTT thing we were talking about, which is not turned on, but if you turn it on, then suddenly you're going to show up everywhere basically. And it's actually advised not to really go that way, because the whole point is you're going to get an antenna up, or you're going to go up on a hill and you're going to send messages and position etc to other mesh users. Yeah, some people have base stations sort of set up and antennas in a really good place. I think there's repeaters now, and there's like a mesh core where everyone's linking. Look up on, or go on Facebook, look up the groups that are all forming, tinkering with these kind of devices. So yeah, I'm just going to press the button here and just see what happens, because I have just got this device on off, of course, at the top. Let's just press and see what it does. So that's showing voltage, 5 minutes, time. Is that the channel we're connected to? Channel. Press again. 3 minutes ago. Kilometers. That's the channel there. Let's press and hold. Oh, we did get something then, didn't we? So it's I would say it's very basic and completely reliant on the app. But it's a pocket mesh node. I wonder how hard it is to actually open this thing up. Yeah, it doesn't look that hard. I think there's 4 screws that I'm seeing to open this up. It's 5 volt, 1 amp to charge it. So download, and then I'll make a separate video doing the firmware, which is literally plug it into your computer. It detects it. I'll attach it to this video. It detects it and then updates the firmware. Thanks for watching so far. And which one do I prefer? I will say that I did prefer the M1 in the end, because you get to go in and search through all these different parameters here and go along, and you press and hold to select things. The interaction for me was more interesting. You got the brightness thing there. The antenna does unscrew, so it's easy to fit an external antenna. So yeah, over to the firmware video. If it's not at the end of this one, it'll be in the description. So here we are at the Elecrow ThinkNode M2. The cable is connected to my PC, just pops in the bottom there. I've got a little angle thing there just to make it easier. And we've turned the device on. We've gone to Meshtastic Flasher. So go to the same link that I put in the description. And let's detect our node. So let's select target, and then we can do the auto detect. And we need to know our COM number. And it does time out, by the way. So let's just quickly check our COM. So we're just underneath the node, right click, device manager. Double click, and there it is there. 77, wow. That's high. So let's do that again a bit quicker. Auto detect and look for 77. There it is there, connect. And hopefully, yes, it's found our device straight away. And then I'm going to always choose the experimental alpha, which is 2.7.13, like so. And then just flash. and it does everything for you, really. It's pretty good like that. And you've got a long list of what's changed. Scroll to the bottom, continue. And you can do a full erase if you want, or just update. I'm just going to do update. Select the COM again, remember 77. Connect, and off it goes. And you can see it's gone off briefly. Once it reboots, then we can just use our phone in the normal way to have a look. Give that a minute. We are getting there. Okay, watch that reboot, and then we'll connect my phone. Da-da-da. Have a look. Now, last time, at the bottom, it only had 3 selections. So it looks like it's connected fine. It does look like there's more going on there now, doesn't it? That's better. That has made a lot of difference. Okay, that is a complete transformation. So I'll be making another video. So you go along, the first one says home. The second one is messages. Third one, distance. Fourth one is the connection that we have. What's that one there? System. Is that possibly time? I need to get the GPS on this. So there you are. So I'm actually very pleased about that. That firmware made a lot of difference. So right, we're paired to my phone. This is an Android phone, but you can use your iPhone, and you can, like I said, you can use Wi-Fi or serial connection. And we just quickly go through the settings using my phone. So there's the channel there, and we can send a message again. Click like so, and if someone's within range of me, they're going to get that message and other information that I send. And I noticed just then that my little M1 is beeping away. Not sure if you can hear that. And excellent. And I like the new firmware, the way they've done this. So obviously there's the time, and it found the time automatically. Sorry about the glare in the background. Let's see if I can get away from that. And then we're just gonna press, and you can see there's like a menu along the bottom. And I highly recommend, if you've got, there's your different settings, press and hold to go in. Just press that on mine. Now I've just updated the firmware on my old Heltec version. You'll just see it here, okay? And look at the menus on this one. If I just move over, I highly recommend, if you haven't used your Node for a while, trying to get out of this annoying glare that we're getting, look at this. Look at and you press and hold. This one's got a GPS module in it. The M1 does have a GPS module. The M2 does not. You probably could add something, but... So the main thing is to join a group in your area and to become part of this. It's a really interesting part of the hobby. Join a group. Let's click the next tab. We'll just go back here and go to this one here, and this is me, Hamtech M1. Look, what else we got here? Meshtastic 8, that's the one I'm on looking at now. You can look at the hardware, go across location, zoom in and out. That really is zoomed in, isn't it? Let's go more like that. Too zoomed in. There you are, Southwest UK. Settings, position. So it relies on your phone's position, okay, or you can put in a fixed one. There you are, more. And broadcast interval at the moment, it's 15 minutes. Device, did we look at that already? Go back. Power config, enable power saving. Apparently the battery lasts several hours. If I want to connect via network, I just turn this on. It disconnects the Bluetooth, gives me an IP address, and I start talking via my network. We have to be on the same network. There's your Bluetooth. MQTT you know, if you turn that on, you start to get loads of you know, connections, and when you send out, so just be aware that really this is an off-grid system. That's the whole point of this, that you're communicating with other people that have got one of these. They might have a better antenna than you and a better setup. So and you can see the way it's gone red there. Just remember that when it goes red, just hit the red, find the one you're using, and you can rename all these. Yeah, find the one, it will reconnect, which it has done, and then just carry on as before, settings, and so on. And yeah, and you can disconnect. So I think that's enough for now. It's more of a firmware update video, but I'm grabbing all my, because I've got several Meshtastic devices lying around. I'm grabbing them all now. I'm updating the firmware. I mean, this is excellent, the way you can do this. I'll quickly put my M1 there, see if you can see it. Here, and as we push through the middle, you're scrolling along the bottom here. And we've actually got a GPS lock on that one. Did you see that? And let's see what happens when I press and hold. And GPS toggle, GPS format and compress. Okay, we're not going to do any of that. So you can, if I press shortly until you get to the back, and then you just go back. And this has got that paper sort of screen. Sorry about the white glare, my bright lights. I keep forgetting they're there. And so on. But you know, dig out your Meshtastic nodes, update the firmware, because they've done a lot of work on this, and I haven't used it for ages. And there's a mesh core now. You know, I need to do more videos on the mesh core. See, this says mesh core. Learn how I can become part of the mesh core, because I'm not showing up here. But I probably aren't, because I'm just talking from one node to the other. I need to get an antenna up or put it in a loft, because you've got more than one of these devices. Put a battery pack on it, put it in my loft, just leave it up there. I've got power in my loft, actually. Not that it needs much, yeah. Like I said, you can use a good battery. It lasts probably a day or two, like with a backup battery connected as well. And become part of the mesh core. And yeah, bye for now, 7